break is upon us, and we need to think about how to prevent those unplanned visits to the ER. Joining me is Dr. Jimmy Nguyen with Mercy Gilbert Medical Center Emergency to give us tips on how to prevent injuries while the kids are off from school. Hello, doctor. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Well, listen, thank goodness I don't have kids that are, now younger. But one thing that we do know, when they're not at school, they're more likely going to be out doing things to get hurt. So let's go through some of the things that you've seen come in to the emergency room that can be prevented.
Yeah, for sure. So spring break usually means more sun, more activities, and overall just less routine, right? And especially with that, there's increased risk, especially in Arizona, when heat-related illness and dehydration is very common during this time of year. So things like if you're feeling thirsty, that means you're already dehydrated. So ensure that you're drinking plenty of fluids the day before, during the activities, and just taking scheduled breaks as needed in a cool area just to cool off.
Yeah, because when the kids are at school, they're in the cool area, they have water fountains nearby, or they have their bottled water there and stuff, and so when they are out playing, and they forget.
Yes.
So as parents, we just need to kind of like maybe remind them, kind of like, hey, have you had water and stuff?
Yeah, and I usually just recommend families just to set expectations for that day. Like, hey, bring your water bottle. Make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids. Make sure, that you're not feeling symptoms of heat illness like headaches, nausea, dizziness. Those are all symptoms that are warning signs for us to like, hey, we should kind of take a break, get in a cool environment, and just relax.
Yeah. Also, the energy drinks. We got to remind them that is not the liquid you're going to start off with the morning with or throughout the day. I think that's what some of the kids think. Well, I had something to drink. It was an energy drink.
Yeah.
Bad news.
The caffeine in the energy drink causes dehydration because it causes you to lose water through a diuretic. So you're more likely to be dehydrated and not hydrate up.
Yeah. All right. Let's move to activities. Yeah. Let's start with sport activities. We know when they are at school, they're kind of like monitored, so people are watching them. But when they're out by themselves playing, what do we need to watch out for?
Well, sport activity-wise, the biggest thing is the same thing as just heat-related illness, because you're not hydrating, you're getting dehydrated, and you're more likely to feel those effects in a hot environment. Those are the biggest aspects of it. Things like riding a bike or doing ATVs and recreational vehicles, those can be dangerous if you're not wearing helmets because you can have traumatic brain injuries if you fall and hit your head.
Yeah, which is so important. You said right there, wearing the helmets. I actually had a kid in the neighborhood just the other day, was scooting around on his little electric scooter, no helmet. Thank goodness I had a one at home I gave to him. He was like, oh, thank you. And his parents were thankful.
Yeah.
But again, those are things we've got to start looking after because, again, the kids are out roaming around together and they want to look cool and stuff.
For sure. And they want to look cool around their friends, so they don't wear any protective gear, they don't wear closed-toed shoes, and they're more injury prone because of that.
Yeah. Well, we have a pretty much employee here. She's known for being in the emergency room more than anybody with her kids, with soccer and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those kind of injuries that we need to watch out, head injuries. If a kid's out playing, they get bumped or anything, how do we know when they come home that we might need to check on them?
Yeah, so things I worry about with kids with head injuries is their symptoms. So if they're complaining of severe headache, if they're vomiting, if they're altered, those are all concerning symptoms that they need to come to the emergency department for evaluation. But if they're just complaining of, a little bit of nausea or headache without any significant signs and symptoms, it's probably just a mild concussion. They can wait and see how it goes.
All right, doctor, let's talk about swimming because kids are going to want to get in the pool. We've been seeing the warm temperatures.
Yeah. So I think one of the most dangerous things is drowning, and drowning often happens very silently and very quickly, a lot faster than people expect. I think the biggest concerns is people think that it's splashing and yelling, but it actually happens quietly and within minutes. And so in my family, we always like to have somebody that is designated a water watcher, so someone supervising people around water just to make sure that they're not distracted on their phones as well or in conversation. I think that's important because the active supervision is the best prevention for water injuries.
Yeah, there is right there. So even though the kids might have swimming lessons, you still want to make sure, there's someone watching them. I think that's one thing people forget.
Even great swimmers can get tired out and cramp up.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about when to visit urgent care and when to visit the ER.
Yeah. So urgent care is great for just non-life-threatening issues like minor cuts, sprains, mild infections, a cough. But with the ER, it's more serious conditions like severe chest pain or belly pain, head injuries, sometimes dehydration that doesn't improve with hydration. And then to call 911 when you're having severe symptoms like stroke, facial droops, speech difficulties, sudden confusion, as well as uncontrolled bleeding, or even severe trauma. Those are all important issues because early interventions do save lives then.
Yeah, I like it, Doctor. Well, thank you for joining. This is very important information. There is information on the screen, or you can head over to the CW7AZ.com website.